So what can you do with an array list? You can get things, you can add things, you can remove things. So the stack, I'm going to want those three methods. Public void push, and I'm going to push a binary node on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take whatever this node is, and I'm going to use the end of my list to represent the top of the stack. So I'm going to say stack.add. Add puts whatever it is that you're putting into it at the end of an array list. So I'm going to add new node. So that just puts it at the end. Public. Let's say that I want to actually peek at something. So I want to look at it, but I don't want to actually remove it. Public binary node peek. There we go. So peek will let me look at whatever's at the end of my list. So how do I figure that out? Well, you can get a particular one. However, what I want to do is I want to look at whatever's at the very end. So I actually have to give it a particular index, which is the size of my list minus 1. Because much like an array list, if I have 3 things in an array, they are numbered 0, 1, and 2. And I'm going to return this. OK, what about pop? That means I actually need to give it back and remove it. OK, so I'm going to have a stack. Now I can't just give it back all by itself. I actually need to temporarily hold on to it so I can remove it. So I'm going to have a binary node top, I guess. It's that particular value. Now I need to remove that. So I'm going to remove the thing at stack size minus 1, and then I will return whatever is on top. So I basically hold on to the last thing, remove it from my array list, but I'm still pointing to it using this node, and return this node. All right, so now I have a stack, a node stack, so I can put things onto it by pushing them, I can look at them by peeking at them, and I can get them back by popping them, and that'll remove it. Add a node to the top. Look at the top node. And this is remove the top node and give it back. By the way, you could do this with other data structures. It wouldn't have to be an array list. There are other ways to do this. This just happens to be the way that I am going to do it. And one of the powers of object-oriented coding is that as long as I know that I can push, peek, and pop, I don't have to know how it's implemented underneath. If you have a different node stack that you wanted to use, in theory, I could just use your node stack and just swap it in and out, and it wouldn't make any difference to the code. So the idea should be that node stack itself, as long as it does what I want it to, I don't have to care how the details of the implementation are underneath. Where this starts to matter is if you have like 5 or 6 people working on a project. As long as you know what functions a particular other person's object has, you don't have to care about what it's doing underneath. As long as that particular class is doing its job, you don't have to worry about it. It's a way of dividing up work so that my code doesn't interfere with your code. All right, so Infix translator. So what about this particular method here? So I'm going to have to read in some sort of input. I'm going to have to walk through it and then use a node stack to deal with it. So I think I am going to create a JFrame for this guy. Frame is a new JFrame. Maybe I should say something about it. Infix translator. I should import this. I'm going to need some sort of input field, so I'm going to use a JText field to get information in. It's a new JText field. You can put something in the parentheses to give it a default value. I think I'm going to do that just for now, just so that I have something to start with for testing. 3 plus 5 times 2 minus 6 divided by 7. There we go. JText field is imported, and I want 2 buttons. This one is going to be my prefix one. And a J button, which is going to be my postfix one. All right, import that. Away we go. I should spell it right. There we go. Now I need to actually put these together, create listeners, so on. So while I'm here, implements action listener. It's like, what is that? I say import it. It's like, you don't have an action performed event. And I'm like, yes, I do. There we go. So I need to actually put the frame together. I don't need to do this stuff right now. That was just for testing, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. Frame dot set size. I don't need this to be terribly huge. I think I'm going to just do 300 by 200. Frame dot set layout. It's going to be a new grid layout. And I want 3 rows and 1 column. I think that's right. I'm going to add my T field, add prefix. While I'm here, let's set the action listener. Post frame.add postfix. Postfix.add action listener this. Frame.set the default close thing, so it actually ends when I hit the close button, because it's annoying if it keeps running in the background and eventually crashes my computer. And let's set it visible. All right, away we go. Down here, action performed. If the source of this, arg0, that's a terrible name. Maybe I'll call it event. If the event source equals prefix, then I'm going to call I'm going to create the expression tree, which I'll get to later, and then I'm going to print out my prefix or postfix notation. Maybe I want to have another text field that actually shows me the output. I think I'm going to do that. JText field output. New JText field. Let's make my thing 1 bigger. Add output. Add output. And while I'm here, I think I'm going to disable that particular field. So it's going to be grayed out, and I can't actually edit the output. So now I'm going to actually set that guy's text to print postfix, prefix, print prefix on the root. So this thing here, this expression tree builder, is going to eventually make the root that special expression tree I was just talking about. Here, if it equals postfix, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to set the text to be print postfix on the root. So once I build my expression tree, it's actually pretty easy to do these 2 things. DOS it work. Look at that, print prefix. And notice that I can't click down here and put any text in. Just because I'm curious. I want to make sure my buttons are working. It is printing down there, good.